Hi, I'm Nikki. Welcome. I started a new job a couple of months ago and I work as a user experience architect, a UX architect. So if you're interested in hearing about what a UX architect does, then keep watching this video. So this is my very first job where I hold the job title UX, user experience architect. And it is a little bit different from being a UX designer. So the UX architect, or what I do in my job, is I oversee and I produce all of the wireframes and all of the flows for a platform. Platform is, or what we call platform is, a suite of products. So just think about Google Suite. So whenever you would like to sign up for Google Analytics or just using Google Sheet or YouTube, then you will probably meet the same login and registration flow. So my main focus is at my current work is just to make sure the experience is consistent throughout the platform, regardless which product our customers use. My main responsibility as a user experience architect is to develop the structure and the flow of a digital solution, or in our case, multiple products. But essentially, the digital solution is the platform. I hope it makes sense. So I use research. Sometimes I run my own research projects. If there is already existing research done, then I utilize that research. I translate the insights into actions and how we can implement those actions into the platform, into all of our products. Task flows are the biggest things. So I map out the current experience and I also think about the future state, where we would like to go. I always need to keep in mind the strategic vision and how we get there. Maybe for one product, that is much easier to get to this vision, but for other products it might take multiple iterations, so it might take actually years to get there, and I need to make sure those things are written and documented properly, because I only joined on temporary basis to deliver certain things. So I gotta make sure that when I am not there anymore, then the whole team can take actions based on that documentation. Some people insist that the UX designer and the UX architect or UX developer, they are completely different, and yes, maybe. I am in New Zealand, so a job description of a UX architect in New Zealand, and if you compare that to a North American or European UX architect, there might be some differences. For example, in this job, I do not code, but I do need to understand that, because one of the biggest thing is I need to make sure things are accessible, but not only from a designer point of view. I don't only think about color contrast and typography. I need to review the code and I need to check if we do have certain area labels assigned to HTML elements. That is a big part of my job. As a UX designer or product designer in the past, I only gave guidance to developers, like what to do, but here I am more hands-on with accessibility. I don't know all of these things from top of my head, so what I do, I have a few websites that I check out and I just reference those websites and those recommendations with the actual written code. So that's what I do. That's a big part of my job. I also do a lot of UX copywriting. I actually create the draft version for each screen. So that is a pretty big role itself, but we do have a professional who writes the final copy. What I don't do in this job is user interface design. So luckily we do have an amazing UI team, so they handle all of the visual designs, but we work collaboratively. I hand over my Figma wireframes, so they just take my wireframes to the next level. So it is such an amazing team. It's so nice to work with a dedicated UI team where I only actually need to worry about how something works. So that is actually a big difference, because in all of my previous roles I did the UI design as well. So my main responsibilities is research and drawing insights from research. So I translate the research insights into wireframes and prototypes. I create multiple flows usually. We test the flows and I usually come up with metrics as well, so then we can take proper actions based on the metrics, based on the result that we get after the test. I am part of multiple work streams and I'm part of multiple product development teams who develop different parts or different solutions for the platform. So I use a lot of metrics to see whether the user experience vision, the overall vision and strategy are working. And some of the metrics include success rate, like task success rate, and the time users take on a task, ease of use rating, SAS score, and certain error rates. So I don't really have that many meetings, funnily. So about 20-25% of my time are in meetings, and meetings are usually useful and we have actionable things at the end of the meeting. So compared to my previous job where I felt that I had a meeting fatigue because I had to attend so many and some of the meetings were not that valuable to me, the meeting ratio and focus work time ratio here is way better. Other thing that I do, I create a lot of presentations. A lot. And nearly every single day I present something to some part of the organization or to a development team or product managers or executives. Yeah, so this is a huge part, and I work highly collaboratively with my product managers. So I should say we are like best friends, professional best friends. Yes, so this is basically what I do as a UX architect. I wonder if any of these surprise you, or maybe you find it interesting. Oh, by the way, I wrote a book in November. You might have seen that video from me. I am still in the editing phase of my book, but I have a release month, which is April 2022, and I decided I will give this book away for free. So if you would like to get a copy of it, then make sure you fill out the form that I link below, and I will send you a download link when I release the book. The title is, it's a tentative title, Things I Wish I Knew Before Starting in UX Design. So then if this is an interest to you, then make sure you subscribe to the book. It includes a lot of tips and I'm sure you will find them useful. Otherwise, thank you for watching and I hope I see you next time. Bye.